Well, hello everyone, this is Sheila back again. So the second part of this tutorial for this 24-inch cardigan, and I showed you in the first part I've done the 12 rows of rib, and I've knit up to 11 inches for the body, and there's actually 72 rows from the where the rib finished and the body started up to where I've knit, and the whole thing measures 11 inches, which is what I wanted. And I'm sorry, but there might be a little bit shadow, as you can see, over my hands, and that because this is of a night time, and I've got a light on in my dining room where I'm doing this video. But if I don't do it tonight, it means I can't do any more knitting, because I've got to show you how to do the decrease on this. So I'm going to cast off 2 stitches at the start of this row and the next row. So that's 1, 2, cast off 1 stitch, cast off the second stitch, and then you have to knit across to the end of this row. So that's still knit 3, purl 1, 1, 2, 3, purl 1, 1, 2, 3, purl 1, and I'll pause it till I get to the end of that row. And I'm at the end of the row. Now to purl 1, knit 3, and then I'm going to cast off 2 stitches at the start of the purl row. So 1, 2, and then just purl across that row. And I'll pause that until I get to the end of that row. And I'm at the end of this row. At the last 4 stitches. So that's the stitches cast off for the start of the armholes. And now we're going to decrease. So we're going to knit 2, knit 2 together through the back of the loops. And then knit 3 and purl 1 across the row to the last 4 stitches. and I'll pause it until I get to the end of the row. On to the last 4 stitches. We're going to knit 2 together and knit 2. And then on the purl row, we're going to knit the first 2 stitches and then purl the rest of the row to the last 2 stitches. And I'll pause that until I knit across the row. And we're coming to the last 2 stitches. And the last 2 stitches we're going to knit. So there'll be 2 stitches that's going to be knitted at the start and 2 stitches knitted at the end of every purl row. So you're going to have like a garter stitch border coming up the side before the decreasing, before you start on the decreasing. And you continue like that, decreasing on every other row until there are 26 stitches left on the needle, and then you put those stitches onto a holder. But I will show you a little bit more when I get that far. So after a few rows, this is how your raglan shaping should look. The little garter, 2 stitch garter stitched down the side, and then the decreasing stitches. Same on that side. It gives a nice edge to the raglan. And that's as much as that for tonight. I'll do a bit tomorrow and show how many stitches you're left with, the 26, and putting them onto a holder. Well, I've almost finished the back. I'm up to 29 stitches and I need 27 stitches to put on a holder. Earlier on in this video I did see 26 stitches, but I forgot I've got an odd number on here. Got 1 stitch more. Usually some patterns have even numbers, so you end up with even numbers, but this one is 27 stitches that I need to finish with. So I have the holder and I'm going to knit the last row. And it's knit 2, knit 2 together through the back of the loop. And knit in the 3 by 1 mock rib. That's to the end of the row, to the last 4 stitches. And I will pause that until I get to those last 4 stitches. And I'm at those last 4 stitches. Now I'm going to knit 2 together and knit those last 2 stitches. And now I'm going to do the purl row. It's knit 2. And then just purl all the way across the row. And now I will pause that until I get to the last 2 stitches. And I'm at those last 2 stitches, so I'm going to knit 2. And that's the back completed. And now I need to put those stitches onto the stitch holder here. So I'll cut a length, I'll leave a long length of yarn for sewing up the raglan. This is as there. And I'm going to take the holder. And just put the stitches onto the holder. Some people cast off these stitches, but I prefer to keep the stitches and pick the actual stitches up when I'm doing the neckband. And that's all stitches onto the and that's the finished back. And I will show you. The next video will be part 3. I'll be starting on the left side. But until then, that's something for you, to anybody that's following along and wants to knit with my instructions. That's it for now. That's a little bit better view of the whole back. So the thumbs up and subscribe, and we'll catch up with you with the next part. So bye for now.